Assalamualaikum. We are going to present subject Nation Politics PAD207 for the topic explain any two types of international relations. Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Nurhana binti Muhalim and my number matric is 2023168117.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Tuan Musyakira binti Tuan Samsul Haidi and my metric number is 2023148421.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Mardina binti Mazlan and my number matric is 20231673 and 61.
I will explain briefly about international relations. The term international relations refer to the study of interactions between states and other global actors, primarily focusing on political dynamic and power. It is a multidisciplinary field, drawing from political science, economic sociology, law, philosophy, and more, including specialized areas like environmental studies, gender studies, and peace studies. IR often incorporates area studies but is distinct for its focus on global political concerns.
Okay, now is power. What is power in the international relation, which defined by the Chaucernet means the ability of actors to achieve their preferred outcomes. Power can be divided into two, which is the hard power and soft power. Hard power is about the force or the persuasion, where it means the ability to make others do what you want. Meanwhile, the soft power is about the ability to make others genuinely want what you want. And there's also a smart power, which is the combination of the hard power and soft power. So the first point is the hard power. Hard power in international relation means the ability of a state to influence of the behavior of others through the use of coercive means. It means having a strong military is an important way to use the hard power. For example, the United States. Other than having a NATO power, US also using their military force in attacking other countries to control them. But although US have a strong military power, they have lost to the Vietnams in the Vietnam War. So in this generation, physical hard power are not usually used and sometimes war is not the answer. Maybe because hard power is risky and war is not suitable for power nowadays. Okay, now is the soft power. Soft power is the ability of a country to convince others without resorting or force them by using the technology, education, cultural, and economic ties. So, for example, the social and cultural. A country's cultural products such as the movies, music, and literature can enhance its global image. As an example, we take the South Korea. The power of K-pop can show the world that an Asian country can also promote their culture through music, and it can also be as famous as the Hollywood nowadays. And next is the foreign policy and diplomacy. Countries that prioritize multilateralism, cooperation, and peace building often weight significant of the soft power. For example, US has been giving a financial support to the country that has been affected by the natural disaster in return to have a good relationship with them. So lastly is the smart power. Basically, smart power is the balance or the combination of the hard power and soft power. Example point that we can take is the China. China has been using a smart power, the balance of the hard and soft power in order to achieve their objective. Other than having a strong military power in the hard power, economic power also one of the important ways in controlling the hard power. So China ways in using a hard power is through the economic power. China has been invested to the country that need a facilities like the ports, railways, and the highways. By invested to this country, all this country will have a link to the China in addition to allowing trade in goods. So for the soft power, China has been actively promoting their language and culture to the worldwide. Their traditional arts and craft and also their Chinese language are one of the obvious. For example, the Beijing Olympics has been one of the ways that China promotes their culture to the worldwide. So now it shows that the smart power are one of the ways that has been successful nowadays. And China also one of the countries that has been influenced others in the global geopolitics.
So I am the next presenter. We move to my part, which is actors in international relation. The first one is international organization. So what is international organization? International organization are entities established by agreement between two or more countries to address global or regional challenges and foster cooperation on common issues. These organizations often play a crucial role in promoting peace, security, development, human rights, and environmental environmental sustainability. They operate as platform for member states to discuss and coordinate effort, share resources, and implement solutions for pressing global concern. Some international organizations focus on specific areas such as health, World Health Organization, trade, World Trade Organization, or finance, International Monetary Fund, while others have a broader mandate such as the United Nations, which addresses a wide range of global issues. Their activities often include policy making, providing technical assistance, monitoring international agreements, and offering financial aid to member countries. By fostering collaboration and mutual understanding among nations, international organizations play a vital role in maintaining stability and ensuring progress in an increasingly interconnected world. International organizations are key mechanisms for fostering cooperation, resolving conflict, and addressing issues that transcend national borders. They are established through formal agreements, such as treaties, among sovereign states, and they operate based on specific goals and mandate. National organizations. These organizations are created by treaties or agreements between sovereign states, and their primary purpose is to foster cooperation in various sectors like trade, security, humanitarian aid, and environmental protection. The first one is United Nations, UN. Established in 1945, the UN is the most well-known and broadest IGO with 193 member states. It addresses global issues such as peace and security, human rights, climate change, and disarmament, terrorism, and development. Secondly, World Trade Organization, WTO. This organization deals with the global rules of trade between nations. Its goal is to ensure that trade flows smoothly. The importance of international organizations in global governance can be highlighted through several key functions. The first one is promoting peace and security, conflict prevention and peacekeeping. One of the most crucial roles of international organizations like the United Nations, UN, is the prevention of armed conflict and the promotion of international peace and security. The UN Security Council, which includes 5 permanent members, the US, Russia, China, France, and the UK, is responsible for maintaining peace and security through diplomatic measures.
Next actors in international relations is non-government organization. NGO is independent, non-profit entities that operates outside government control on a wide range of social, political, and environmental issues. There are few functions of NGO which are providing basic services. These services can range of healthcare, education, and food aid. Next is influence public opinion on some issues like human rights, climate change, and inequality. They create campaigns to raise awareness or mobilize public opinion. Then they engaging in conflict resolution and cultural preservation because they are key players in peace-building efforts, provide mediation and conflict resolution services. They also shaping global environmental agendas. Their efforts often complement international agreement and framework. Next, I will explain about the type of international relation. Unipolarity refers to a global system. One state dominates in material capabilities such as military, economic, technological, and geographical power. It is also a distribution of power rather than political influence. Because unipolarity is more concerned with the distribution of power in the international system than with the political influence that various actors can exert. Only one state meets the criteria for global dominance. These criteria including a large population, vast territory, rich resources, economic strength, and military power. Last is allows the dominant state to shape global norms and policy. The dominant state has the capacity to shape global norms, rules, and policies. Furthermore, the emergence of unipolarity was not a simple process. Several wars and conflicts contributed to or were influenced by the creation of a unipolar world order, and these wars played a role in shaping the global balance of power. Basically, the Cold War is a political rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union. It started at the end of the Second World War in 1947 and lasted all the way till 1991. There were many reasons for the Cold War. Among them are ideological differences, disagreement of Germany, crisis of Korea, the nuclear arms race, and the superpower foreign policy. Unipolarity emerged largely due to the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991, which led to the United States becoming the sole superpower.
The second type of international relation system is bipolarity system. The bipolar system in international relation refers to a global structure where power is predominantly concentrated in the hands of two dominant superpowers. These superpowers hold the majority of the world's military, economics, and political influence, creating a polarized global order. The system characterized by intense rivalry between the two powers, with smaller nations aligning themselves with one another or the other, resulting in a world divided into two opposing blocs. The most prominent example of a bipolar system was the Cold War era in 1947 to 1991, during which the world was divided between the capitalized democratic bloc led by the United States and the communist bloc led by the Soviet Union. This period was marked by ideological competition and arms race, particularly nuclear weapons, space exploration rivalry, and proxy war in regions like Korea, Vietnam, and Afghanistan. In the bipolar system, international stability often depends on the balance of power between the two superpowers. Direct confrontation is rare due to mutual deterrence, particularly in the case of nuclear weapons, while competition manifests in other forms, such as economic pressure and influence over third world nations. While a bipolar system simplifies global alliance by dividing the world into two clear factions, it can also heighten global tensions and suppress the autonomy of smaller states. Historically, the bipolar system shaped the post-World War international order and influenced global politics, economy, and security. Understanding the dynamic of this system is essential for analyzing post-geopolitical patterns and predicting future shifts in global power structure. The advantages of bipolar system is stability and predictability. Because the world is dominated by two primary powers, the global system can be more stable and predictable as the major players are known and their interests are clear. Secondly, deterrence of large-scale conflict. Bipolar system can lead to peace through deterrence. The Cold War, despite its tension, did not escalate into a full-scale world war because both superpowers were deterred by the threat of nuclear annihilation. The disadvantages of bipolar system: the first one is limited cooperation. The ideological and political rivalry between the two powers can hinder cooperation on global issues such as climate change, human rights, and economic development. Secondly, proxy wars and regional instability. Bipolar system often lead to proxy wars where smaller countries become battlegrounds for the superpowers' rivalries. This can create long-lasting instability and suffering for those countries. Inflexibility with two dominant superpowers, smaller states may feel pressure to align with one side, reducing their autonomy and increasing likelihood of conflict based on the strategic interests of the major power. Thirdly, risk of escalation. The competition between the two superpowers can lead to escalatory tensions, where misunderstandings or small incidents can trigger large-scale confrontations, as seen during the Cuban Missile Crisis. To conclude, the Cold War was a defining period of the 20th century that shaped modern geopolitics, economics, and technology. While it avoided direct military confrontation between the superpowers, it brought significant consequences for global stability, development, and the balance of power. Its legacy continues to influence international relations, as many of the alliance, rivalries, and conflict born during the Cold War remain relevant today. Study and practice of international relations play a crucial role in understanding how nations interact in an increasingly interconnected world. As a discipline, international relations provide insight into the complexities of global politics, economics, diplomacy, and security, addressing issues like conflict resolution, trade cooperation, environmental challenges, and human rights. In today's world, the field of international relations is more relevant than ever, as globalization has deepened independence among nations. However, new challenges such as climate change, cybersecurity threats, pandemics, and rising nationalism require innovative approaches and stronger multilateral cooperation. The principle of diplomacy, international law, and shared governance remain essential for managing this global challenge. In conclusion, international relations are pivotal in shaping a world where nations can be addressed, share problems collectively while balancing national interests with global responsibilities. As humanity faces an uncertain future, the role of international relation in fostering dialogue, understanding, and sustainable development will be indispensable. So that's all from our group. Thank you for lending me your ears.